Don't miss these 8 early brain tumor signs. It could save you. Did you know that over 700,000 Americans are living with a brain tumor right now? Even more surprising, about 30% of brain tumors are detected accidentally during routine checkups when people had no idea anything was wrong. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 8 subtle signs your body might be sending you. These aren't just random symptoms. They're specifically the ones that doctors look for when screening for brain tumors. The National Brain Tumor Society reports that nearly 90,000 people will receive a brain tumor diagnosis this year alone. Brain tumors don't discriminate. They can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, or lifestyle. Stay tuned as we break down each sign, what to look out for, and when you should definitely see a doctor. This isn't about causing fear. It's about being informed and proactive about your health. A quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and not a substitute for medical advice. Please consult your healthcare provider for any medical concerns.
All information presented has been thoroughly researched and verified. You can find source links in the video description.
Let's first understand what brain tumors are. The human brain, a remarkable command center of our body, can sometimes develop abnormal cell growths known as brain tumors. These masses of abnormal cells can form in various regions of the brain, each affecting different functions of our nervous system. Think of your brain as an intricate city, with specialized neighborhoods controlling everything from your thoughts to your movements. When abnormal cells begin multiplying uncontrollably in any of these areas, they form what medical professionals call a neoplasm, or tumor. Brain tumors are classified into 2 main categories: primary tumors, which originate in the brain itself, and metastatic tumors, which spread from cancers elsewhere in the body. Medical science has identified over 120 different types of brain tumors. Now, you might think brain cancer and brain tumor are the same, but keep this in mind. All brain cancers are tumors, but not all brain tumors are cancerous. Not all brain tumors are cancer. Some tumors grow slowly and stay in one place. These are called benign tumors. While not cancerous, they can still be harmful by putting pressure on parts of the brain. Cancerous brain tumors are more dangerous because they grow quickly and spread into nearby healthy brain tissue, which can be life-threatening. Now let's start with sign 1, persistent headaches. Brain tumor headaches differ significantly from common headaches or migraines, presenting unique characteristics that signal potential concerns. These headaches typically intensify during early morning hours or when lying down due to increased pressure inside the skull. This occurs because cerebrospinal fluid, the clear liquid protecting the brain, accumulates overnight. What makes these headaches particularly concerning is their progressive nature and resistance to typical pain medications. Unlike migraines, which often respond to darkness or specific medications, tumor-related headaches persist regardless of environmental factors. The pain pattern often follows a pressure cooker effect, where discomfort builds gradually and becomes most severe during rest periods. Many patients experience projectile vomiting without nausea, a telltale sign distinguishing these headaches from regular migraines. The pain might also worsen with activities that temporarily increase pressure, such as coughing, sneezing, or physical exertion. Location matters too. While the pain can be generalized, it often concentrates in specific areas corresponding to the tumor's location. The combination of early morning vomiting with changes in headache patterns often indicates a need for immediate evaluation. These headaches may wake you from sleep, an unusual characteristic that sets them apart from typical headaches. 2. Speech difficulties. Speech and language difficulties, collectively known as dysphagia or aphasia, can manifest in complex ways when caused by brain tumors. The brain's language centers, primarily located in the left hemisphere for most people, include areas responsible for speech production and language comprehension. Tumors affecting these regions, or their connecting pathways, can cause distinct patterns of language impairment. Tumors near the frontal lobe can result in halting, effortful speech, where you understand language but struggle to produce it fluently. Speech might come out in short, grammatically incorrect sentences, often described as telegraphic speech. In contrast, temporal lobe tumors might produce fluent but meaningless speech, where you speak in long, grammatically correct sentences that lack coherent content. Some tumors affect the pathways connecting different language areas, resulting in difficulty repeating phrases while maintaining relatively normal spontaneous speech. Large tumors affecting multiple language areas can cause comprehensive language deficits in both production and comprehension, making both speaking and understanding difficult. Subtle changes often precede more obvious symptoms. You might initially struggle with complex vocabulary or have difficulty following rapid conversations before developing more pronounced speech problems. These changes typically progress over time without intervention. 3. Seizures. Seizures linked to brain tumors manifest in various ways that might surprise many. While the dramatic tonic-clonic seizures, formerly called grand mal, are well known, brain tumor-related seizures often begin with subtle focal seizures that affect only specific body parts or senses. These focal seizures, also called partial seizures, can serve as early warning signs before progressing to more severe episodes. These seizures come in several forms based on their presentation. Focal-aware seizures allow you to maintain consciousness while experiencing symptoms like involuntary muscle movements, unusual sensory experiences, or even emotional changes. Focal impaired awareness seizures, however, alter consciousness and might cause repetitive movements called automatisms, such as lip smacking or hand wringing. The type of seizure often correlates with the tumor's location in the brain. Tumors in the temporal lobe frequently cause complex partial seizures with strange sensory experiences, or déjà vu sensations. Those in the frontal lobe might trigger seizures affecting motor function or speech. Occipital lobe tumors can cause seizures with visual disturbances like flashing lights or temporary blindness. Adult-onset seizures, particularly those occurring after age 40, require immediate evaluation. Unlike genetic epilepsy, which typically manifests in childhood or early adulthood, new-onset seizures in adults may indicate underlying structural problems like tumors. 4. Vision problems. Vision disturbances caused by brain tumors can range from subtle to severe, depending on the tumor's location and size. The visual pathway starts at the eyes, travels through the optic nerves, crosses at the optic chiasm, and continues to the occipital lobe, where visual processing occurs. Understanding this pathway helps explain why different tumor locations cause specific vision problems. Tumors near the pituitary gland often caused by temporal hemianopsia, where you lose vision in the outer fields of both eyes. Those affecting the occipital lobe might cause homonymous hemianopsia, where corresponding visual fields in both eyes are affected. Some experience papilledema, swelling of the optic nerve due to increased pressure in the skull. Other visual disturbances include nystagmus, involuntary eye movements, oscillopsia, objects appearing to bounce or jump, and visual neglect, inability to process visual information from one side of space. Color perception might also change, with some people reporting decreased ability to distinguish between different hues, or complete color blindness in portions of their visual field. These vision changes often progress gradually, making them easy to overlook. Any persistent visual symptoms, especially those that don't improve with rest or typical vision corrections, warrant immediate attention to rule out serious conditions. 5. Personality changes. Personality changes from brain tumors can be particularly distressing and often occur before other symptoms become apparent. These changes happen when tumors affect areas responsible for emotion and behavior regulation. What makes these changes significant is their departure from your established personality patterns and their relatively rapid onset. Some people experience increased irritability or sudden aggressive behavior that seems out of character. Others might show inappropriate emotional responses, like laughing at sad news or remaining unmoved by typically joyful events. Mood swings can become more frequent and intense, with emotions changing rapidly without clear triggers. The changes might also manifest as increased apathy or loss of interest in previously enjoyed activities. Family members often notice these changes first, reporting that their loved one just isn't themselves anymore. Some people become unusually impulsive, making uncharacteristic decisions about money, relationships, or other important life matters. Social behavior might also change significantly. Someone who was previously outgoing might become withdrawn, or a typically quiet person might become unusually talkative and uninhibited. These changes often persist and may worsen over time, unlike temporary mood changes from stress or lack of sleep. 6. Cognitive and memory problems. Cognitive changes often begin subtly but progress more rapidly than normal aging when caused by brain tumors. The frontal and temporal lobes play crucial roles in memory formation and cognitive processing. While long-term memories typically remain intact, short-term memory becomes particularly affected, making it difficult to retain new information. When tumors develop in these regions, they disrupt various mental processes. Tasks requiring planning, decision-making, and problem-solving become increasingly challenging. You might struggle to follow the plot of a movie or lose track during conversations. These symptoms appear more pronounced when attempting complex tasks that were previously routine. The impact on daily life becomes substantial as symptoms progress. Managing finances becomes challenging, with difficulty tracking expenses or making calculations, following recipes, Assembling furniture or completing work projects takes longer than usual. Multitasking becomes particularly difficult, and staying organized requires much more effort than before. What distinguishes these cognitive changes from normal aging is their relatively rapid onset and progression. While age-related cognitive decline occurs gradually over years, tumor-related changes typically develop over weeks to months. The symptoms might fluctuate but generally show a pattern of decline without intervention. 7. Numbness and weakness. Numbness and weakness from brain tumors have distinct patterns that set them apart from common causes like poor circulation or pinched nerves. These symptoms typically affect specific body parts, often on one side, and can develop gradually or appear suddenly. The pattern of symptoms often creates a map that indicates which parts of the brain might be affected. When tumors develop near areas controlling movement and sensation, they interfere with normal nerve signaling. This might begin as mild tingling or a pins and needles sensation in specific body parts. Over time, these sensations can progress to numbness or weakness that doesn't improve with rest or position changes. Simple tasks like buttoning shirts or typing become increasingly difficult. The progression often follows a predictable pattern. Initial intermittent tingling might become persistent numbness. Mild weakness could progress to more significant loss of strength. Some people experience facial drooping or difficulty maintaining their grip strength. These symptoms might fluctuate throughout the day but generally worsen over time. Different brain regions control different body parts, which explains why symptoms appear in specific patterns. For example, a tumor affecting the left side of the brain might cause symptoms on the right side of the body, and vice versa. This cross-wiring is a fundamental principle of brain function. 8. Balance and coordination problems. Balance and coordination problems can significantly impact daily activities when caused by brain tumors. These symptoms often indicate that the tumor is affecting the cerebellum or other areas responsible for coordinating movement and maintaining balance. The changes might appear gradually or suddenly, creating noticeable disruption in routine activities. Walking becomes increasingly challenging, with a tendency to drift to one side or experience unexpected falls. Fine motor tasks like writing, using utensils, or buttoning clothes become difficult. Some people describe feeling as though they're drunk, even when sober, experiencing a constant sense of unsteadiness or vertigo. The coordination problems often extend beyond basic movements. You might notice difficulty judging distances or positioning your body in space. Tasks requiring hand-eye coordination become particularly challenging. Even sitting still might require more concentration than usual, with a constant need to adjust your position to maintain balance. These symptoms typically don't improve with rest and often worsen over time without treatment. Unlike occasional clumsiness or temporary balance issues from inner ear problems, tumor-related coordination problems persist and progressively affect more aspects of daily life. Remember, these signs don't automatically mean you have a brain tumor. However, if you experience any of them persistently or in combination, don't wait. Seek medical attention. Early detection saves lives. Share this information with your loved ones. It could make all the difference. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more potentially life-saving health information.